So sharing, caring, volunteerism, social responsibility, community service, what do these words mean? We see them in our community. We see them in the social media and the papers. They're on the walls of our Y. I have one of these words in my title. I'm the volunteer program specialist at Central Bucks Family Y. But I've struggled with these words. How do I apply these in my life, to my work in the community and at our Y? What do these words look like in real life? Our Y was honored last year to design and test the new signature program around social responsibility, Togetherhood. Now, 8 years ago, I was sitting at my desk in accounting. My kids were real small, 3, 5, and 7. And as they were growing and getting older and I was increasing my hours, I was developing a hunger to do more. I wanted to be more connected to our mission. I wanted to be actively spreading our mission in the community. And I was expressing this, looking for opportunities maybe in development or membership. And one day, my boss, Virginia Doyle, who's here, our CFO at Central Bucks Family Y, she came to me and she said, Karen, we'd like you to take over our volunteer program. Now my first thought was, what volunteer program? I really wasn't aware we had a volunteer program. You know that moment when you're like, I'm not real paranoid, but maybe this is it. Maybe they're trying to get rid of me here. But I decided to give it a shot, and I'm so glad I did, because these past 2 years have been truly amazing. I wasn't in my role too long before I realized I needed some tools. And so it's funny how life works out, but I'm from the Chicago area, and I was going back to visit my parents, and we were going to be staying downtown. So I thought, great, I am going to set up an appointment with somebody at YUSA and get the tools I need. So we had just had one of my coworkers come back from Chicago, and she gave me a name of someone that she believed was connected to the volunteer program. Her name was Maura Shea, and good enough for me, I set up an appointment with Maura. And so I remember this cold, brisk fall morning. I'm walking down Wacker Drive to YUSA, and I am thinking, this is fantastic. I am going to get all the tools that I need for this, the best volunteer program ever. I'm going to find out all the volunteer coordinators, all the volunteer directors that we have in the Y movement, and I'll be set. Well, as it turned out, Maura is the director of strategic innovation. And when I met with her, she was newer to the Y than I was to the volunteer program. Maura didn't really have any tools for me. She had no tools. And the only thing she could even tell me was that they had recently done a search of all the Ys in the movement. And out of, I think, 812 at the time, they'd come up with 26 individuals who even had the word volunteer in their title. But what she did share with me that day was the framework for the member-led community service pilot. And I got to tell you, I left that meeting so excited. I know I called Virginia right away, and our CEO, Zane Moore, and I was just like, we have to get into this. This is amazing. We've got to be part of this program. And I remember walking back to the hotel and my dad saying, how was your meeting? And I was like, it was career-changing. And I was wrong. It's been life-changing. And the reason that it's been life-changing is that for the first time, I could connect my passion, to my desire to have a positive impact in our community with my work. I realized that my work could make a difference, and best of all, I could help others have that same experience. And really, at the end of the day, isn't that what we want to know? That our work has purpose, our life has meaning? You know, we're delivering value, we're making a difference. So I went back to our local Y. We applied for the pilot, we got in, and 2 months later, I was thrilled to be back in Chicago, part of the design team for Togetherhood. Now, the first charter work I had when I got back to my Y was to form a member-led, there we go, a member-led community service committee. Not staff-led, not board-led, member-led. All right, well, I contacted our senior management and I asked for suggestions of any members they knew that were just, passionate about our Y, enthusiastic, just stood out as being friendly and outgoing with leadership skills. And really, I guess in my mind, I was picturing this dream team that I was going to build for this committee. And this is what I got. I got Karen. You know Jim on the crutches, that he's always sitting in our lobby, and he talks to everybody. He'd be really good for this. Maybe you know Mike. Mike in the wheelchair. Everybody likes Mike. You've got to get Mike involved in this. How about Dr. Jean on the board? Now, she doesn't really come to a lot, but this maybe be something she'd be interested in. Oh, Denise, real short, cute, big hair, real short. Denise, you definitely got to talk to her. She'd be fantastic. Or how about Amy? Amy, that really cute, petite, enthusiastic blonde. Oh, she is really busy. I don't know if she could do it, but she might have a friend that I know that's almost just like her that could do it. And I got to tell you, with all due respect, this wasn't the dream team photo that I had pictured in my mind. And one by one, I gave these members of ours a call, and I sat down and I met with them. And their, much to my surprise, desire to get involved in this program, their enthusiasm for it, it was probably one of the most inspirational moments of my Y career. Each one of them had a story. Mike, he had belonged to another fitness facility, and they had told him they could no longer help him get in and out of the pool due to liability reasons. This is an exercise routine that's critical for Mike for his well-being, and he was so grateful that the Y came to his aid, and the community, so grateful for the community that he had built while he was there. He wanted to give back. And Dr. Jean, who was the board member who wasn't showing up, she said, you know what, this is why I joined the board. This is where my passion is. This is where I want to be. And Amy, who I hope some of you got to meet on the gallery walk, she's here with us today. She is a very busy, active mother of three, but it turns out Amy has a degree in sociology. She's a social worker by trade. And it was like, this is a no-brainer. This is what I want to do. I don't care how busy I am. I'm in. Count me in. And I tell you this because we all have Jeans, Mikes, Amy's, and it's easy to make assumptions, and it's easy to prejudge. But what I learned, sorry, did it again, the power of the ask. You just need to ask. Now, forming this membership committee, it was a gulp. It was a big gulp for me because I had to hand over control to someone else, and I didn't even really know these people. I didn't really know what I was doing, so this is a little bit of a scary thing. But what I learned is that when you give power to others, when you give over the control, you empower them. And we create members who are passionate about our mission, and they're advocates for our Y in the community. A year later, Mike has just been inducted to our board of directors. Amy is playing a big role in our annual campaign, and I have a dream team. So, we were probably fortunate that this pilot had a very tight time frame, and we had, by the time we got our committee together, we had 6 weeks to come up with a project. Now I got to tell you, it was kind of silly. We were actually going out trying to find somebody we could help, and it seemed a little ridiculous. But we came up with a few small things, and they were satisfying, and even though they were little, they were the glimpse of what this program could really be. And a year later, our projects are starting to have more impact, they're growing in size, and we're starting to really see this whole togetherhood concept come together. This past Martin Luther King Day, our Togetherhood Committee, they ran 4 projects. One of them they ran was a donation drive. The goal was to collect enough personal care items to pack 200 personal care bags for one of our local shelters. We needed 1,600 items to reach this goal and fill these bags. And we have a fantastic marketing department. They had put out this project on e-blasts, social media, flyers, posters. We have beautiful digital boards around our facility. And 5 days out, we had a group of volunteers coming in on Martin Luther King, and we were very short of reaching our goal to pack these bags. Well, two of our members of their committee took it upon themselves to go out in our fitness hallway and start asking our membership for help. And in just 2 hours, they engaged over 40 members to donate not only enough to fill our 200 bags, but 2 very large boxes of supplies also that we could donate. Not only that, they had a member just like randomly jump in and help them start collecting. And again, it's the power of the ask. And this time, it's not me asking, it's our members asking members, and that's really special. We're starting to be recognized in our community as a leader in service. Just recently, we had a member come and approach us to start a community emergency management team. This would be in collaboration with our local fire and police departments and FEMA. And we know with the recent events like Sandy and the ice storm we had last month, there are times when the members, the individuals impacted in our communities far exceeds what our local services can accommodate. To be a place where people can come to join resources, a place they can come in a time of need, will truly build the foundation, will build us as the foundation of the community, with neighbors helping neighbors. What started out as like a few really small projects is really starting to materialize into something very large. We don't have to go out looking for projects anymore. We have almost a constant stream of ideas coming in from our members. You see, our members share the same passion for the why that brings us to work every day. And they want to give back, and they want us to ask them, and our communities certainly need us. I ask you, and I'll leave you with a call of action here, who are the Amy's and the why, Amy's and the Mikes at your why? What needs do you have in your community? Go back, learn more about Togetherhood, see what allies you could be partnering with, engage your members in service, and experience the magic. Because it has certainly transformed my life, it is transforming our why, and I am certain it will transform yours.